What if I told you there was a secret elite of Firebenders that's been pulling the Fire Lord's strings all along? Yes, that's right, my little fire ferrets. You've all been duped. Like any good political party, there is a lot going on behind the scenes when it comes to the Fire Nation royal family's affairs. In today's video, I will dive into the Dragon Den and uncover the secrets behind Fire Nation's various societies, Azula's fire warriors, and how they've been operating in the shadows, causing Mako's parents' demise. Now, wear something light, because we're about to jump right into the fiery drama burning at the heart of the Fire Nation. Before I get into some more spicy, dark, and scandalous details of the Fire Nation royal family, or as I like to call them, the Fire Family, let's start out by talking about the Royal Procession. The Royal Procession, aka the Imperial Firebenders, were one of the first elite Firebenders to appear in Avatar. These scary, pointy-masked warriors acted proudly as the Fire Family's personal and ceremonial guards. The soldiers were supposed to be the best of the West, although 30 of them got easily wrecked by a jolly elder and a grumpy teenager. Shame, shame, shame. While they appear throughout the series, either in flashbacks protecting Iroh or guarding Fire Lord Ozai, Azula got rid of them pretty quick. While the Fire Princess rarely listens to, well, anybody, she took Lo and Lee's advice in creating her own pocket-sized team of elite fighters. Enters Mai and Ty Lee. The group, affectionately known by fans as Ozai's Angels, only constitutes Azula and her two childhood friends. What this team lost in numbers when ditching the Royal Procession, gained in stealth. Let's be honest, these flashy red armors equipped with 3 horn helmets aren't very subtle, are they? If you want to catch the Avatar, you better do it undercover, right? So, although not all Firebenders, with Ozai's Angels, we got our first ever small elite warrior team. And on top of that, an all-female one. Our friends over at Screen Rant have an interesting theory about this one. They believe that Mai and Ty Lee were not originally supposed to be part of Azula's elite team. What? I know, right? At first I was like, meh. And then I was like, oh. And then at the end I was like, ah! They might be onto something. The book The Art of the Animated Series is filled with early sketches and ideas of what could have been. Aang was even supposed to have his own bear dog, a dropped concept which came back to life in the form of Naga in the Legend of Korra. Now back to our Firebenders. When developing the Elite Firebenders, the creators first opted for what looks like ninjas straight from the fiery pits of hell. Being all dressed in black, some sketches present them as having red glowing eyes or red masks. Creepy. The theory is that those things were supposed to be Azula's team members instead of the cutesy Ty Lee and the very high-spirited Mai. What a fright fest. Azula's scary enough as is. I don't think we need more of where that comes from. While this theory chills me to my very core and makes me want to run back to Mama, it also hints that there might be other teams in the series we haven't talked about, or at least not in broad daylight. The franchise has teased secret ninja societies more than once. Remember how Zuko disguised himself as the Blue Spirit to save Aang from the Fire Nation in the animated series? Or how Corey snaked in on Zuko, giving him a taste of his own medicine dressed in ninja attire in the comic book sequel of Avatar. There's something impossibly dark about Fire Nation culture, I'm telling you. And that's only what we saw so far, as the Avatar universe grows richer by the minute. What more lurks in the shadows, do you think? Let's take a look at some of the Fire Nation's secret societies that have sprouted since the 100-Year War. As the 100-Year War ended and Zuko became the new Fire Lord, an era of peace was dawning, or at least that's what Zuko had in mind when he took the crown. Ah, my poor dear summer child. Sadly for him, it wasn't as peaceful as he imagined. It's revealed in the comic book arc The Promise that many had tried to assassinate the new Fire Lord, as they refused to let go of their old ways. All this turmoil over Fire Nation colonies spread across the Earth Kingdom, and riots in Capital City was not only a source of major headaches for Zuko, but a boiling soup, giving birth to the new Ozai Society. The new Ozai Society was founded by none other than Mai's conservative father, Ukano. Yeah, as I told you earlier, drama. Lots of drama. Basically, Ukano's goal is to reinstate Fire Lord Ozai on the throne by organizing a coup against Zuko. While the society is a secret one, they do operate on the street under the name Safe Nation Society and win the public's admiration by saving a child from the evil spirits, the Kamarikage. Of course, this is all spectacle. The Safe Nation Society's not the Safe Nation Society, and the Kamarikage are not even Kamarikage. What even is life? During a heated battle between the cosplaying Khmer Kage and Team Avatar, one of the masked fake spirits suddenly uses lightning generation. The leader of that band of nightmare-inducing freaks is none other than the mad, psychotic, crazy Azula. It turns out that she created a whole new team filled with girl power, the Fire Warriors, an all-female group of elite firebenders who champion stealth, using an unknown technique we could call smokebending. The team formation slightly rings a bell, doesn't it? It's as if bitter Azula wanted her old team back but was like, you can't sit with us to non-benders. That being said, the Fire Warriors are string pullers. They control the new Ozai society's every move. Ukano is asked, or let's say forced, by Azula to keep the children they kidnapped across the city. What does she want with these poor souls? Well, Princess Azula is feeling a tad bit theatrical. She takes her inspiration from scary stories parents tell their children, so they behave like good little boys, girls, and everyone in between. However, it's revealed in part 2 of the same arc that Khmer Kage are actually a thing. While they did once upon a time steal the children of a warlord named Taz and his men, one of the dark spirits tells Aang that they in fact retired since then. I gotta give it to Azula. Disguising as Khmer Kage was a really good way to creep everyone out in town, including myself. Regardless, what is Azula's ultimate goal? That is, if she has one besides being a total nutcase. As a matter of fact, she has a logical reason. I know, surprising. And that reason is to control the new Fire Lord through manipulation. At the end of the Smoke and Shadow arc, she reveals to Zuko how she orchestrated everything in order to make him lose his cool and get one step closer to becoming his father. Azula isn't interested in being queen anymore. She's the one moving the chess pieces now. Azula has become a skilled player in a game of pawns. Azula vanished after the events of Smoke and Shadow, and none of her Fire Warriors got arrested. I don't trust her. She's clearly up to something. That being said, Lord Zuko isn't a totally innocent party here. His loyalty has been wavering from the moment he put on that blue spirit mask to free the Avatar from his father, and then attack Aang right away. This trend has shown its ugly face time and time again throughout the series, and in the comic book follow-up. His constant fear of becoming his father brought him to ask Aang to end him if he turns bad in The Promise. It's also revealed in the same arc that he increased his army capacity after the war, making us doubt his real intentions. Another example that got me shaking my head sideways is his new obsession about protecting his people, while looking down on other nations. Dear Zuko, didn't we just have 100, and I repeat 100 years war about this? One thing's for sure, Zuko is totally confused, and with Azula on the loose with the intent of making him go mad, let's say he's an easy target. As of now, little is known about what happened with the Fire Warriors, but let me tell you one thing, they are still out there. Shh, can you hear them? Anyways, you know what time it is? It's theory time. Now, what exactly happened to those sneaky ladies? Well, here's what I think. They still operate in the shadows, continuing Ozai's philosophy of Fire Nation purity, but with some crazy founder Azula sparkles on top of that. The Fire Nation has never been as secretive as in the Legend of Korra, with barely no screen time reserved for the Fire Nation Islands. We do see Zuko hop on his dragon and fly off from his castle, but that's about it. Now, as much as I want to infiltrate Fire Nation territory and find out what they've been up to, let's return to our main topic. And you'll want to buckle up because you're in for a ride. Are you ready? The Fire Warriors lived during the Korra era, and they are the ones responsible for Bolin and Mako's parents' death. Now, do I want to point fingers at Lord Zuko? Maybe, but I still feel bad for him, so let's not put all the blame on him about this one. While he rules over the Fire Nation and has immense powers, it doesn't mean Zuzu is aware of everything that's going on under his roof. My take on this is that Mako's mother Naoki was affiliated with the Fire Warriors, but without her consent. Her mother could have been a member of the elite Firebenders, and not wanting to follow in her mother's footsteps, Naoki fled to the Earth Kingdom. There, she met with San and started a family in Republic City. That is until a firebender came along and tragedy struck, leaving Mako and Bolin as orphans. Now, why would the Fire Warriors attack one of their own fellow members? Treason. Not only did Naoki leave the Fire Nation, but she left her sisters to create mixed blood children, going against Fire Nation philosophy. Granted, Zuko did help in the building and maintaining of Republic City's multiculturalism, but he has kept to the Fire Nation's mainland for decades. As seen in the Legend of Korra, the same can be said with his daughter Izumi, now Fire Lord, when she refuses to preemptively attack Kuvira's Earth Empire, although providing defense to Republic City. The Fire Nation keeps to itself, and it's a bit suspicious, to be honest. Isn't that what Azula dreamed of? Total inner control behind the curtains. We just might be a whisper away from a Fire Nation civil war. Maybe we'll find out in the next comic book arc. Until then, we can only dream of an all-out fire war. I noticed how you guys got real excited and imaginative about our latest deadly airbending video. A lot of you seem to agree that airbending isn't to be messed with. Now, considering that the harmonic convergence awoke new airbenders, how do you think that the air nomads would react to a Fire Nation civil war? Can't wait to read your comments down below.